Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S here, back here with part 2 of my dreams or plans ahead for the future, or shopping lists for Christmas, or Christmas shopping list, or whatever you want to call it. Hope you're well wherever you are. And on that note, one of my prayers or wishes for Christmas would be whoever watches this video or these videos to be blessed. My subscribers and viewers and people who like my channel to be blessed as much as possible, and also I wish that there would be snow for Christmas as well where I live. I don't know if I mentioned that in part 1, but anyway, so talking about some of my prayers and plans and dreams for the future and wish list for Christmas and that sort of thing. Yeah, I think that covers the intro, but as I say, hope you're staying safe and will be blessed wherever you are. Thanks for watching my videos, and I appreciate all your support. And again, I hope there'll be snow where I live, because I'd love to see some snow. I'm a bit like a kid. I know I'm nearly 40, but I'm quite a lot like a kid. I think my mental age is probably 4 or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so I can't think of much else to say for the intro, and I've nearly lost my chain of thought as well for what I was going to cover. But yeah, so here goes. So number 11, I hope to remember my chain of thought, what I was going to say. I knew I had an idea, but I've completely forgot it. But that was what I was going to say, sorry. I would love for COVID to be over as soon as possible. Obviously, I'm sure most people would. Even though I can be a bit of a recluse and I do like to be by myself sometimes, it would be great to travel, to do a lot of the charity work I'd love to do. And I'd love to get a team together of people, like-minded people, to travel, especially people with dyslexia and people who are Eurasian or mixed race, to travel to different parts of Asia and Africa. And I'd love to go in the future to Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore. Although looking at the map, I think I'm not the best at geography, but I think it would probably be the opposite order. But due to my patterns and alliterations, I normally like to keep things in a certain order. Like, so my initials are M.K.S, so I would love to go to like Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore, which like the first an acronym is M and it ends in S. But I would say, looking at the map, it would probably be looking at the map of Asia, or the world map even, it would probably make more sense to go through to India first. But I'd love to travel to as many parts of Asia as possible generally, especially those 4 countries I've just mentioned, but as many other parts as well, even Pakistan if it's safe to do so, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and other parts of Asia as well, even maybe even China and Japan and places like that, if it's safe to do so, and like go to special needs or learning disability or neurodiverse schools to talk about dyslexia and raise awareness, including with politicians and counsellors and people in those countries, the wider society, and even entrepreneurs and others in those countries to talk about what dyslexia is, and as well as ADHD and autism, and like some of the strengths we have as well as the weaknesses we have. So it would be good if they knew, like, people with from neurodiverse backgrounds might be weak in academia, but we can be good in other areas. And I'd love to fundraise also to help people from, especially as I say, Malaysia, India, Indonesia, and Singapore, as well as the rest of Asia, help especially dyslexics in those countries, people with ADHD and neurodiverse conditions generally, to become entrepreneurs and maybe even become millionaires and billionaires in the future. I would love to like fundraise to support them to learn to run their own businesses, and share motivational YouTube channels with them and things like that, and that sort of thing. Moving on, number 12, I'd love to have more energy and enthusiasm, and like yeah, just upload as many videos as possible and talk about my goals and dreams, and like work on my goals and hopefully catch up on lost time, like unfinished business and things like that. Number 13, I know some of my goals are a bit selfish, but I think overall most of my goals are quite selfless. So hopefully things will be better than I anticipate. But yeah, so obviously COVID has made things very difficult though, to like travel and things like that. Sorry, I don't know if that point made much sense, but moving on, number 14, again, I'd love for COVID like to be cured. I'd love to donate to scientists, especially in Africa and Asia and developing countries, developing nations, to see if they could work together to look at tackling conditions like COVID so that hopefully people can travel. And I'd love to be able to travel, as I say, to as many neurodiverse or learn disabled or special needs schools across Africa and Asia and even Ireland as well. And, countries I'd love to tour the most would be like Malaysia, as I say, India. India would probably be the biggest one I'd love to travel to, or the one I'd love to travel to the most, basically. Indonesia, and as many other countries across Asia as possible, especially Singapore, and like support D.A.S, Dyslexia Association of Singapore, and also Ireland as well, which is only next door to me. So I suppose if I was going to go in order, it'd probably be Ireland, and then India, and then I think probably Malaysia and Singapore be kind of next to each other. But yeah, I'd love to support those countries. And if I was going to make a prayer as well, I would pray for God to, I don't know if he will listen to me, but I pray anyway for God to bless those countries, especially across Asia and Ireland as well, and Africa. One country I'd support in Europe generally would be, or certainly in terms of financially or economically, would be Ireland. And the only country, and Italy, I'd support for football as well. So I'd love to travel to those countries and talk about my ideas and how I hope to help them and how neurodiverse people could help them. And if I could get a group of neurodiverse people together, I would love to travel, as I say, to those countries like to Italy to talk about how we could help with their football teams and football ideas, and Ireland and all possible countries in Africa and Asia as they were colonized. And I'm an anti-imperialist. I would love to travel to those countries and talk about how neurodiverse people have strengths that could benefit those countries. Hope that makes sense, as I say. Number 15, again, hope to have more clear goals, and again, travel to those countries and support them as much as possible. Number 16, again, as I said in part 1, I would love to hear other people sending videos of what they would love to see me cover on my channel. So hopefully I can cover some of the things that people request me to cover. If you write in the comment section, I'll try and cover any of those sorts of things as much as possible. Number 17, again, I'd love to get a group of people from neurodiverse backgrounds like autistic, dyslexic, dyspraxic, ADHD, and other such conditions to travel to different countries and like raise awareness about. Although we could also talk about areas where we're weak at, so people know that we struggle in those areas and we're not being lazy if we're not very good at those areas. They could also know about some of the areas where we're stronger at and that sort of thing. Number 18, as I often say, I would love to make the world a better place, not just at Christmas time, but generally, and like help as many people as possible and like do fundraising. And if as many people as possible watch my videos and like my videos and subscribe to and that sort of thing, and just support my channel to help it to grow and things like that, and maybe share some of the ideas and like look at how we can network together, I think it would put me in a better position to help more people. So I know it's a bit of a shameless plug, but yeah, again, I think it'd be great to help as many people as possible. Number 19, and I would love to help Africa, especially African countries generally, to network together, especially in software development and tech generally. And number 20, and also, as I say, on that note, I would love to support African countries to network together in STEM generally, science, tech,